What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video here today from the Tech Cash House. In this video, I'll be discussing one of the fastest, easiest ways to make money using just your phone and a certain app. I want to go ahead and discuss what I've done with this in order to make more money, and all of that and more in this video. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. So first things first, guys, I want to go ahead and say that this app, of course, is Acorns. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, Acorns, how's that going to make you any extra money? And here is the quick and dirty truth coming from me. I've used Acorns now for several years. In fact, I believe I've been using it all the way back since, God, probably 4 years ago. As soon as it came out, I think I pretty much jumped on it and got started. And so far, it really has not let me down. I have found it to be one of the best methods for earning more money with your money in a very easy way. Now, Acorns, of course, is an investment app. And for that reason, a lot of people might be intimidated because they might think, well, you've got to actively invest. You have to choose what to put your money into in order to get the best bang for your buck. And really with Acorns, that's not true. It's actually extremely simple, and it's very easy to make a good sum of money using this app without really much effort. Now, I've experimented, like I said, in many different ways with this app. I've tried pretty much everything that I possibly can. I have put money into the app over a period of time. I have invested lump sums up front, and really everything has worked out. So I want to go ahead and run through what exactly I have done in order to make the most money, how exactly I've put my money to work in this app, and how you can too, in order to really benefit the most from using this app to basically bank for you. Now, I also want to say this app does have a debit card sort of system set up where you can use a card provided by Acorns in order to transact. I've actually never used that, so that might be even better, but really what I've focused on is roundups with a highly aggressive account. Now, all of you guys might also be saying, highly aggressive sounds like it might be bad, okay? Because if it's highly aggressive, you might lose more money because, aggression generally means riskier investments. You're putting your money into things that are more prone to lose money. But here's the thing, with Acorns, the riskiest of investments really aren't all that absurd. They're actually pretty evenly heeled. So even the riskiest Acorns portfolio is not going to be as risky as, say, let's say you're putting your money into a marijuana-related ETF on Robinhood. Acorns is not going to come anywhere near that level of risk, which is part of the reason why it's so good and why it's so useful for making your money go farther without really putting much effort in at all. It's very much a set it and forget it type deal. Now, you might be also seeing the account balance up here, $62.78. That's pretty much just money that I forgot I had in the account, and it's actually grown pretty well to be a bit more than I already put in. So that's already a good sign. But anyway, let's get back here to the overall. Okay, yes, I know Acorns, I know. Let's go ahead to the performance details again. Not now, Acorns, come on, I'm filming a video. And let's look at the past history that I've actually had with this app and what exactly I've done. So starting way back in the day, I actually started out by putting $500 into the app. Now, that wasn't all that much money, but really, I put $500 in, I left it on, I believe, very aggressive. And then after a short while, actually I started in April and took the money out in June, I had made about $40 on that $500 investment by doing absolutely nothing. Now, I also want to say $500 for an investment with stocks is pretty minimal, okay? So the fact that I made $40 or so in a very short time frame, just using an app, is really a good testament to how effective Acorns can be if you don't have roundups on, if you're not auto-investing money, if you literally just take a lump sum and put it in up front. Acorns will still do a pretty good job of growing your investment without really putting too much strain on you. Okay, it's low impact, low intensity, you put your money in and then you wait and your money grows. It's really very simple, all right? Now, later on, I actually invested about $100 when the market was pretty much at its worst. $109 here, you can see that, starting in September of the same year. Now, during that time, I actually had the account on very conservative because I wanted to go ahead and experiment, especially during a rough market. So $109 in, and then out I got about 100 and I believe 8. Okay, so despite the market being extremely bad, the portfolio still weathered that market very well and came out pretty much unscathed. Now, $100 is not a huge investment, so seeing that barely fluctuate over that period is not really all that surprising. But it was in the market, I believe, during the election cycle of that year, and that was really, really intense. Or when the political sort of elections were picking up, because I believe that was 1 year before the 2016 election, if I'm thinking correctly. But anyway, continuing on, later on in the same year, okay, or the very beginning of the next year, I put $1,000 into the account. Now, I left it in for, a few months, January, all the way through May, okay, roughly half a year. And over the period of that investment, I believe it was on very conservative, once again, it really still grew pretty well, okay? It grew by an easy $24, $25 by me, doing nothing, okay? $1,000 to $1,025. Once again, that was with the very conservative portfolio. So unlike the first very aggressive investment, this was pretty much as conservative as I could make it, okay? And I still ended up making money, even though it was extremely low risk. So that was still a pretty good return. And the account dropped down to $100 again, and then ticked up, and then I took the money out. Okay, lots of experimenting with this, as you can obviously tell. And then I jumped back up to about $250 again, and I added money in each and every week. However, it was only like $5, so it was a fairly small sum of money. Okay, by the end of that period, I had accumulated $435 in the account with very minimal effort, just putting a bit of money in each week, and it was really quite simple. Once again, I ended up making money, okay? Same thing goes for here, 20 bucks a week, 25 bucks a week, starting from nothing, incrementally investing, I still ended up, after a while, having made about $22. So really, right there, still pretty good, okay? With a bit of incremental investing, having no money up front, I still was able to make money. All right, once again, very conservative here, no problems, made money. Once again, made money here, okay, eventually withdrew it from the account. Here's the big experiment where I started out with really fairly little. I believe it was $850 or so, and then I invested, I believe, about $20 a week for quite a while, all right? Starting in October and ending at the end of April, okay, the following year. So this was my longest experiment yet, and it was by far my most lucrative. Now, this was a very aggressive portfolio, and you can see I ended up making about $500 more than I would have if the money was not invested. Now, this was a bit more money, and it lasted over a longer period of time, but really, with the compounding interest and everything considered, the investment turned out to be pretty good. It was very low stress. I simply put the money in, I set up an auto deposit, like 20, 25 bucks a week, and the money grew, okay? Really no effort on my part, very simple, fairly short period of time, and honestly, the return here was quite good. And now I'm sort of, continuing, but, not too intensively, but really, I have found for me, a younger investor, this is one of the best apps that I have used for making money without much effort. Have I made more money on other apps or with cryptocurrency or, higher stress investments? Yes, I have, okay? Is this one of the easiest apps I've used for making a bit of extra money quickly, in college, in school or working full time? Yes, okay, this is a good, easy app to use, and if you set your portfolio correctly, it can really give you good results, okay? And I think that my experimentation here really shows that, because I've got several experiments that I've run, and this plot looks like a city skyline or a piece of modern art or something, because I have messed around with this app so much, because honestly, my experience has always been good, Even when I took the money out of the app, I still came back to it because I was still interested, and each time, pretty much, it made me money, all right? So really, if you're a younger investor who's looking for a way to kind of dip your toes in the market without getting too involved or too serious, this is a good way to do that, all right? It's fairly low intensity. It's an app that at this point is fairly old, but they're still making improvements. And even if you only invest money and don't really use roundups or any other features like that, it still turns out being pretty good, okay? Because it's really just a well-rounded approach. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. That is a quick way to make a bit of extra money when you're in college, or when you have a high-stress job where you don't have time to invest, because I know a lot of people want you to dedicate a lot of time to investing, and sometimes you just can't do that, okay? And that's totally fine. But this is a good approach if you don't have much time, if you want to be fairly hands-off. this app is a good way to do so, okay? I'm gonna have more details on this later, so do go ahead and stick around more for that. But anyway, guys, want to go ahead and talk about that. As always, hope you enjoyed and learned something. If you did, you know what to do. I'll see all of you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, and adios.